Alright people, Mike Saladin here again. Welcome back to another Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty video. Today I'm just going to be showing people how to start the sort of car theft missions for Captain Reyes. Uh, Basically you just wander around Dogtown and eventually you'll see one of these icons flashing on your minimap, a little green steering wheel. And if you get close to it you'll see that it's basically a car that's been marked. I don't know if it's always the same car in the same area, but yeah, I would just try wandering around Dogtown and see if you get this green flashing icon. You'll probably do this once you've left the president alone in that building you were hiding out in. You're on rails at the very start of the DLC until you finish up all that stuff, and then you get some freedom once you leave that building for the first time. So I would just wander around Dogtown after that, and you'll probably stumble upon this car. And if not this car, probably some other car. Maybe it's randomly generated. I'm not quite sure. But you'll eventually see the green icon on your minimap somewhere. And what you want to do is just take out everyone around that car. There shouldn't be too many of them, but during this first encounter there was quite a few enemies hanging about. They weren't really that hard or anything, but yeah, just be ready, you'll probably have to fight some guys. So once you take them out, then you've robbed them of anything useful, and you've made sure there's nobody else around, you can just go ahead and get into the car, and that's going to trigger a little dialogue scene with Captain Reyes. He's going to start explaining how he wants you to bring him the car, and he's going to have more jobs for you like this. So yeah, he'll just ring you up when you get into this car, or whatever other car you've managed to steal that's had the green icon on it.
In Dogtown?
Yeah, he's like, he calls you up, notices you're in Dogtown, and basically he's like, yeah, I've got an idea for you or whatever. So just get in the car, drive it out of Dogtown. You don't have to be in Dogtown to steal cars, but I think that's how you initiate the first one. You have to be in Dogtown, but after that I've noticed the cars can spawn out in the main area of Night City, and you don't always have to be in Dogtown, but for the very first one I think you do have to be in there. And I'm not sure if it's always the same white car that everyone's going to be stealing the first time, or if they just randomly place a car each time. Now be careful when you're taking the car back to him, because you're going to get chased by some random people who want the car back. This is a good opportunity to try out the car combat. It's pretty fun, especially when you go into first person view mode. So you can be more accurate. It feels really nice, and it's one of these mechanics people have wanted for the entire lifespan of the game, and it's finally here. And yeah, I like going into first person view mode because you can get a better aim, get some headshots, target the driver, and yeah, it just feels really nice to be shooting while driving. So yeah, I tried to slow down here, get this driver, make sure he wasn't going to be baller me once I drove on out of this tunnel. And eventually you'll make it back to where Captain Reyes is. He'll be in one of these garages or whatever. So just park up, you'll go have a quick conversation with him. There'll be quite a long conversation where he sort of explains what he's doing. He wants V to continue to steal cars for him. And some police officers from the Night City PD apparently roll up, and they get a car. He's clearly bribing them with this stolen car, or whatever. So there's quite a lot of dialogue there. I sort of skipped through most of it because it does go on for quite a while. Basically after this first car theft, you now have these vehicle contracts, and anytime you're wandering around and you see this green flashing icon next to a car or on your minimap, that's just gonna let you know that there's a new car to steal. And I think you can just keep doing this over and over. I don't think they run out. Maybe they do, but at the moment they seem like an ever spawning radiant quest. This was another car I decided to steal. Pretty funny. I hacked the car behind it to run into the car I was going to steal, sort of distract those guys who were standing near it, and then I just ran in and jumped into the car. That's another new hacking mechanic that's been added in the update 2.0. You can basically hack cars now, make them drive forward, brake suddenly, make them explode, or take full control of them and drive around the car while you're or drive the car around while you're sort of just standing on the street. Pretty funny stuff. Really glad they added stuff like that. It sort of borrowed that mechanic from Watch Dogs. I'm pretty sure you could do that kind of stuff in Watch Dogs with the car. And the hacking, you could just hack cars in it. So it's good that they've borrowed that idea because it's a lot of fun and it was pretty useful when I was stealing this car. You get some really decent rewards when you're stealing vehicles. You get like skill shards that put up your experience points, legendary guns, legendary items of clothing. So I stole a few in a row because I was actually quite addictive. This gameplay loop, going to steal a car, dodge any people chasing you. Sometimes you'll have an objective like don't get any damage to the car. So yeah, it's pretty fun and it's a good little side distraction. And that's how you start the car thief missions. So alright people, thanks for watching and I'll see you again next time with another Cyberpunk video.